And welcome in, everybody. We are here live from the Twin Ring Motegi in Japan, continuing our overseas stretch of the schedule. Still have this race here at Motegi, and then Suzuka on the short Indy course. One more race at Phillip Island, and we'll be back to the United States to close out the rest of the season. But here at Motegi, a lot can happen, a lot can change. These cars are very tricky at this track. Totally different at each end. The cars behave completely different. If you have the dirty air, you just really have to manage the cars in front of you without losing position. There's fastest on track is Bobby Rahal. He's in pit lane. Let's see if we can find Greg Moore. That's your current points leader. Right behind second in points, Colton Herta. So very convenient timing. Herta has been closing the gap. In our description, you can see the top 10 in points, and I believe it's about 89.
6 degrees in the last 10 minutes.
Greg Moore won the double points race at Indianapolis, putting him a bit ahead of the field, more than he already was going into that race. He's been the points leader since about race 3 here. Has not looked back. Currently 29th quick though in practice. Herta 34th. Mario Andretti right behind these two, 39th quick out of 40 cars. So not what these guys are looking for. We got 10 a.m. local right now. And we'll go to 11 a.m. for 4 laps of qualifying here in just about 8 minutes time. After that, 160 laps, 400 kilometers. So just riding around here with Greg Moore, who again is our points leader. Alexander Rossi right there behind, 13th quick, going for a shot. You see the difference that tires are making. One other thing to touch on. Herta, we assumed last week after Spain, was actually the champion of the European title. We had the 3 road course races, Red Bull Ring, Nürburgring, and Barcelona. Well, Alex Zanardi won that final race at Barcelona, and in fact was the European champion. So congratulations to Alex Zanardi picking up that title. We assumed that Colton Herta had it just by our numbers, but the difference a win can make in this series. You get 70 points for winning, 55 for second, 45 for third. So already you can see the importance there between first and third, but then from there you got 4th place with 40 points, and then 5th, 39, 38 for 6, and 1 point back, so forth, everyone from there on. Zanardi, though, right now, slowest on track. 30.393 was his best lap so far. There's Takuma Sato here in front of his home crowd. We also do offer 2 points for being on pole, and an additional point for fastest lap of the race, and then 5 laps for the most laps led, 4 for second most, 3 for the third most, 2 for the fourth most, and then 1 point for everyone else on back that led a lap. We've seen people lead only one lap. Be the most important. And just about 5 minutes left here in practice. Zanardi trying to go quicker, but struggling to find speed. 410's awesome. The track really starting to rubber in, preventing him from finding much more speed. So we'll see what he can do in qualifying. As we mentioned, that was the European champ. Oh, contact there between Montoya and Rahal. Don't want to see that here in practice. 108-degree track temp. So these guys getting pretty close to the apron, and a little concerned how that might play out in the race. I've not had a race here in the Indycar Legends Racing Series, so I had a few tests and it's gone well, but you never know what you can get when it comes to weather. So Montoya 24th quick, getting by Rahal, who is first overall. Zanardi's gone 4th quick. So we found some pace in those tires as they came up to 10th. Got some clean air too. Nazier to his inside. Currently 8th quick for Buddy. And Mario Andretti now currently sitting shotgun on the field here in this warm-up session. Zanardi just completing lap 15 of his run. Got Al Jr. 39th quick. He's only been on one run out there though, so that does explain his pace. He's looking for as much of a fuel run as he can get. Montoya has moved up to 6th quick. This might be a pretty fast one for the 6 car. Comes off turn 4. Yeah, 30.0 that time for Montoya. Or on the pit lane camera. I was like, what happened? Back with Bobby Rahal though. Thought Montoya might improve a bit, but did not. See the 18 car had a decent year. He's 14th or 16th, overall in the point standings. He's got driver of the day one occasion and fastest lap at Road Atlanta. The driver of the day came at Kentucky, which was very chaotic. Was it's like 2nd place for Rahal. So see if that can convert here for the 18 team. Here's Pato Award now. Out trying to better his lap time. He's currently 39th quick. It's like everyone just trying not to be last on the field, but Colton Herta, Unser Jr., Pato Award, Mario Andretti, these guys in a bit of trouble, I would say, at this point in practice. Minutes ago. Bit of fog here this morning. See if it hangs around for qualifying. And qualifying will be 4 laps. And then we will have 160 laps for the race.
Practice is over.
Moving on to qualifying. Hunter Ray second, Greg Ray third. So Ray Hall, Hunter Ray, and Greg Ray. Ray. Top 3 in practice. Great shot of Twin Ring Motegi. From above, you see the infield road course. Potentially be of some use to these drivers in the future. We are out on the track now for qualifying. Let's see what Ray Hall can do. Let's see what Greg Moore can do. And if drivers that were towards the back in practice can improve on their laps that they had. You know, there was a lot of dirty air and traffic, but you don't want to be towards the bottom of that list. Especially at a track like this where it's not flat out. Handling is very important. Green flag for Ray Hall. Stick with him as long as he is quickest on track. Off turn 2. Great crowd there off the backstretch. Downshifting. I was on, I think, 4th gear for Ray Hall, off of 4. First lap in the books. He is second quick, so looking good. Let's find our first quick, though. That's Gilles DeFerrin. Team Penske has a great track record at this track. It's a little high, but might get a good run down 4. Trying to diamond that corner. Not quicker, in fact, significantly slower. Nigel Mansell goes second quick. Robert Wickens, he goes to the top. Wow. Wickens, DeFerrin, Mansell, Hinchcliffe. 2 arrows up in the top 4. This is lap 3 of 4. Does anyone else improve on their laps here? Wickens comes across, stays first. Danny Sullivan and Buddy Lazier improve to fill out the second row now. One more lap. Cars improving still here on lap 3. So it'll be interesting what happens on lap 4. Here comes Wickens to the line. Sullivan goes quick again. Not quick enough. Lazier takes it. Wow, Buddy Lazier. I believe that is the first time he has been on pole in his career. So huge deal for Lazier. Wicked, Sullivan, Mansell, Lyondike, Newgard, and Hinchcliffe, Kenny Brack, DeFerrin. Wow. Not what you expected with that qualifying, but you know, a little further back, there's Unser Jr. Got Bobby Rahal, who's quickest in practice. Yeah, Colton Herta back towards the back with Bourdais, Greg Moore. These guys got to figure it out. Pato Ward, Franchitti, Polo, Castro Neves, Rossi, Mario Andretti, Zanardi. They are all in the second half of this field. Yeah, did not expect that. So let's see if we can get over to our next session here momentarily. Yeah, Buddy Lazier definitely.
It's time to grid. 4 minutes 55 seconds before lights out.
First time on pole this season, so I'm sure it is of his ILRS career. Let's get a look at the field from our drone camera. See where your favorite drivers are starting as we go overhead. There's your front row. Typically some final rows that we've seen this season, maybe on multiple occasions even. No offense to either driver, but Buddy Lazier, Robert Wickens on the front row. Second row, Danny Sullivan and Nigel Mansell. Then you got Ari Leindyke next to Joseph Newgarden, who's definitely starting best of the better drivers in this series. Hinchcliffe, Kenny Brack, DeFerrin, and Vassar. That's your top 10. And you got Paul Tracy. He's got a pretty good... Or that's Jacques Villeneuve, I apologize. Next to Hornish Jr. Greg Ray and hometown hero Takuma Sato. Ray Hall and Hunter Ray. And there's Paul Tracy alongside Dan Weldon. Then you got Colton Herta and Juan Montoya, Bourdais and Andretti. That is a tense part of the pack. They're just about dead center of the field. Points leader Greg Moore. Got O'Ward and Franchitti, Rick Mears and Polo. This is just unbelievable, these names back here. And last week's winner, European champ, gets here to Japan starting dead last alongside Mario Andretti. So Zanardi starting 40th.
3 minutes left now. This
Very
should be a
surprising.
3-stopper with earliest pit on lap 20. Gridding done. Pace car about to move. Pace car on the roll.
And the car is rolling off. Fog has lifted here in Japan at Motegi. About to be underway for a very short race. Pending any potential cautions, this could go by in less than an hour and a half. So here we are again, your pole sitter, Buddy Lazier, Robert Wickens alongside. What a front row here. These drivers, their careers for
Get ready to go.
this series in question. So results like this definitely going to improve their
Pace car
chances.
back in.
Green flag's out. Buddy Lazier takes him to the green flag here at Motegi. Sullivan trying to get inside for second. He's looking. He's going to get there, at least alongside. But he can't make the pass work. Checking up through the field. See Leindyke slapping up into fourth. You got side by side now here through turn 3. Nobody making any contact, so that's great to see. Leading lap 1, Buddy Lazier. Go look at the field. There's a bit of contact in the back. Like 3 wide. Don't know if that's going to work. Al Jr. in the middle. See if we can find that battle. Look at the chaos here. Middle of the pack, Montoya, Bourdais, Paul Tracy. You say these guys have a reputation, but they're not patient drivers, let's put it that and somehow making it through clean these first 4 laps. Still going 3 wide down the backstretch. That's Herta, second in points, going on Unser Jr. Still riding up there in the top 10 in points himself. 3 wide. Montoya had to check up. Oh, contact. I think that was Herta and Montoya. They continue. There's Hunter Ray, Bobby Rahal. Looks like they were about 15th, 16th. We go back up front. Quickest lap. Last lap belongs to Buddy Lazier by 1,000th of a second over this guy, Robert Wickens. Couple cars starting to put in quicker laps now that they're getting clean air on their nose. Fuel is spreading out a bit. Battle for 10th, you got Villeneuve looking on Greg Ray. Castro Neves now rounding out the field just behind AJ Foyt. Excuse the scoring at the top. Seems to be jumping around quite a bit, but Gilles de Ferran now looking for a pass on. And Joseph Newgarden, pseudo teammates here. Look for a top 5. And de Ferran should be able to get this done in 1 and 2. And he will. Newgarden sending it in. But cannot make it stick and might lose another one now to Kenny Brack. A little further back towards the front. See the gaps here remaining pretty static. Got Lazier out front by 8/10. Just put his quickest lap of the race in. As did Danny Sullivan. So. Get a look at the field again as they come by. And Rossi now rounding out the field. You saw there's more shakeup at the back. These guys, none of these top 6 want to be last. Let's see. Rossi is currently 3rd in points. Alex Palou is 14th. These guys are looking to win a championship and are instead trying to decide how to get out of the bottom 10. Just even break the top 30. A lot of urgency as they are also now 14 seconds off the lead on a 30-second track. So think about it that way. Ooh, Bourdais getting a little loose. Starting to single file out a bit. So get back to the leaders. It's your top 3. Nigel Mansell actually now 9th in points, so having a great season. There's DeFerrin, who's now over a second clear of Newgarden. DeFerrin looking like he could potentially have something to say by the time this race is said and done. Quickest lap now belongs to Buddy Lazier, or did. Looks like it's been set again. Nice corner by Kenny Brack. He's going to go for the pass on Newgarden as Newgarden continues to slide backwards. Next is Hinchcliffe, who's also going backwards. Same can be said for Lyondike. You know, let's see if we can find some cars coming forward here. Maybe Jimmy Vassar. Al Jr. definitely. He was going 3 wide there early on and made it pay off. This is about 20th place these guys running. Pat O'Ward also looking pretty good after his bad start. See Al Jr. looking for a way by McLaughlin, and then you got teammates back here side by side now through 1 and 2. Can't make it work though, it's tough there on the inside. Points leader, Greg Moore. Not having a good run right now, but a lot can happen in these next 150 plus laps, or less than 150 laps. There's Colton Herta. Second in points. He has the points leader in front of him and in sight, but they are much further back in the running order than he would have hoped. Again, your European champ, Alex Zanardi, now up to 36 after starting last. Alex below now rounding out the field. The gap, just about 9 seconds to Buddy Lazier, who's really continuing to go pretty quick. 30.3, Wickens right there, but Sullivan and Nigel Mansell starting to fall off a bit. Gilles DeFerrin, he's looking to get up to 4th. Into turn 3, Hornish. Can't get there. Fittipaldi cut the nose off. $140 laps to go. Hornish regroups. Drop a little further back, and you got Vassar now looking to the high side. See if he can keep the momentum off of turn 4. He looks like he might. But I tell you, Villeneuve did a great job himself. Really get a lot of room to exit out there on 4. Get Bobby Rahal chipping away to the top 15 now with that Miller Lite machine. At practice speed carrying over. But again, having to kind of back out and regroup. We've seen a lot of drivers having to kind of do that here late in this run, or at the midway point of this run. And passing becoming a premium now. There's a lot of moves being made on the start, but after that, these guys have really single filed out. Looks like Sato might be losing another one, this time to Al Jr. Paul Tracy, Robbie Gordon battling for 24th. Scott Dixon looking on with Greg Moore and Colton Herta just behind. First and second in points. Looks like Herta's got a good run off of 2. Might take a shot into 3, but gonna cost him some arrow wash there as Greg Moore goes all the way down the track. The race within the race. Right now, it comes to the point standings, trying to see who even is in the top 20 right now. Greg Moore, Colton Herta here. We know Rossi's back here. Paul Tracy just ahead. Bourdais out the back of the shot. Al Jr. Nigel Mansell's doing all right. Dario Franchitti, he's back here. Scott McLaughlin might be able to make up some ground. Nice pass there by Herta. Paddle Ward. A lot of guys at the front that typically are not, especially when you look at our current point standing. So we move Colton Herta up to 27. May not seem like a big deal, but pretty much any pass here is worth applauding at this point. So there's Dan Weldon. Having an okay year, mid-pack in the standings. Unser Jr., he's 8th in points. So he's setting up for another run at Hunter Ray. Jimmy Vasser having a pretty good run, maybe his best run yet of the season. Hopefully he can tie it all together. We get to the top 10, that's Emerson Fittipaldi. Looks at his rearview mirror and sees Greg Ray. Ray has had quite a few good runs, but he's had probably the worst luck of almost anyone out here. We got James Hinchcliffe. He's currently last in the point standings behind Greg Ray. So, big run here. Could be huge. Even Newgarden's 23rd in the standings. What this would do for him. I know we're still very early, but the way things are looking, unless you get off pit strategy, I don't know how cars are going to make their way through the field. Mazier has set the quickest lap now, 29.978. Got underneath the 32nd meter. There's Gilles de Ferran in 5th. Still trying to close down on Nigel Mansell. Looks like he's getting closer. Camera though. There's Nigel Mansell again. But Danny Sullivan 4 seconds ahead of Mansell. Then you got Wickens. It's got a 1 second gap on Sullivan. And then you go to Lazier, who's 2 seconds ahead, and now only 1 second back of lap traffic, which starts with Alexander Rossi and Elio Castroneves. Rossi is third in points, mind you. Pretty big deal here. Buddy Lazier looking extremely confident at the moment too, but hitting some dirty air. You see the lap times being affected. 4/10 slower that time by. It's going to help Wickens. Oh, Castroneves now in 40th. Now 30.8 that time by for Lazier. 2/10 slower than Wickens. So Wickens can see what's happening in front of him. Let's take a look on board from his perspective. You see the line of cars, and that's what Lazier is seeing much closer. He's seeing the air even here when you're that close. You see the wake in the air. There's just 30 plus cars all around turn 1 and 2. Nowhere to go. They're gonna have to find a way, those. The pack will close up here quickly. Lap time's now 7/10 that time by for Wiggins. Let's see what it is here. So over a second gained in 2 laps for Robert Wiggins. Excuse me. You see, now in frame. Thought for a moment that Castroneves might have got the wall. He was going kind of slow, but not the case. Michael Andretti is really falling back here. Unfortunate for him. He might be one of the first to be lapped as he's fallen so far back here. This time by will be the beginning of lap 40 of 160, so already at the 1/4 point of this race. Danny Sullivan's been able to get to the wing a lot easier than Wickens has to Lazier. Sullivan's been able to get up to Wickens' rear wing. Six-second gap. Unbelievable. Back to Mansell and DeFer. This is for 4th. Well, one of the closer battles on track is DeFer. Really looks quick today. He's got a lot of speed in that car. And the gap for second now less than a 10. Looks like Sullivan has a big run off it too. Should be able to get his nose there, but yeah, Wickens does not close it off like we've seen a few times. Nicely done. And now, can Sullivan close up on Lazier? Lazier's had a bit of trouble getting to Castroneves. He's kind of been stuck at a half 10. Meanwhile, Sullivan closing up quickly on Lazier. Yeah, that 44 car looks hooked up here late in the run. Might might be able to make a move off of 2. It's a little loose. As for the lead, Lazier has led all 44 laps so far. The 44 car looking for a way by off of turn 4. And a better run this time. Doesn't have to lift. Gonna have nice momentum left into 3. And out to even close the door. Wow. New leader, lap 45, Danny Sullivan takes lead from Buddy Lazier. Starting to pull away even. Lazier definitely having trouble on these worn tires. Still the only car under 30 seconds, though. Getting reports, though, of debris now. Okay, in turn 1. And in turn 2, the debris is moving its way into the racing line. Trying to keep it from being a caution, but track officials keeping an eye on it. Sullivan continues trying to get to Castro Neves and put him a lap down. Potentially maybe Alex Palou. With a caution looming. We do have a lucky dog in this series. Lazier has been able to hold off Wickens. But once they got into lap traffic, it's just been stalled out. Sullivan can get to 3/10, which is better than what Lazier was doing. But yeah, like we said, we're going to have to get the caution throw for this debris.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Just in time if you're Elio Castroneves. You would have got the lucky dog, but I'd rather do it this way. And I imagine we will see most everyone down pit lane.
Pace car on track.
Lap 50.
We have 29 seconds until pace car.
Let's take a quick look at some of our biggest movers so far. Danny Sullivan, he started third, he's up to first. DeFerrin up 5 spots from 9th to 4th. Fittipaldi also in Penske up 6 spots. So these Penske cars looking strong. The strongest of the top 20. Or the top 10, certainly. Then you got Pat Ward up 12 spots. Tony Stewart having a good start. I see Michael Andretti falling back. Let's see what happens here under our first round of pit stops. Does everybody come in? I mean, I think they will, but you never know. Everybody making the turn. That's good to see.
2 seconds until pace car.
McLaughlin and Sato staying out. Oh boy.
There's 14 seconds up till pace car.
So here's the race off pit road. Sullivan's gonna get out clean. DeFerrin up to second. Lazier, Wickens, Mansell, and Fittipaldi. Oh, wow. Mindike loses some spots. Wow. All right. Back to the front, where now 2 cars decide to stay out. That being hometown favorite Takuma Sato and winner at, I believe, let me double check. Yeah, Red Bull Ring, Scott McLaughlin.
Pace car 3 seconds ahead.
Be 1 to go at the line.
15 seconds up to pace car.
The race back underway. Temperature has stayed pretty consistent here at the 12 p.m. local start. 104 degree track temperature. We start at 108, so it's gone down a little bit. So Lazier and Wickens really lost out on that exchange of pit stops, while Gilles DeFerrin, who's looked the quickest, now second with fresh tires. I can't imagine McLaughlin and Sato will stay out too much longer with the amount of time they're going to lose, too. Not only will the fuel tanks be just about empty and lose a ton of time, lap after lap. And here we go, about to go back green and almost a third of the way through this race.
Get ready to race. Pace car is in pit lane.
All 40 cars still in this thing. McLaughlin pulls away with the lead here. Lap 53 underway.
Howard got a black flag.
Oh, yeah.
Boyd has a black flag.
Black flags.
Car 1 Mario Andretti is black flag. Number 66 Michael Andretti has a black flag. Rossi needs to pit for repairs. Palou needs repairs.
We have a caution. So we've got a few cars with damage. Keeping the green flag out, McLaughlin leading is Sullivan now. Looking to get to the front. Sato doing a good job on the inside. On the outside, sorry. Polo staying on track.
Palou has a black flag. Boyd is black flag. Howard has a black flag.
Oh no, I don't know what's happening. Why is everybody getting penalties? But meanwhile, McLaughlin trying to hold out Sato for the lead. They have less fuel in the tank. I think that is what is keeping them ahead. Sullivan now gets by Foyt. Just pure chaos here. Only 2 cameras to work with here. It's a little tricky at Motegi. some reason showing Pato O'Ward as the leader. That is not the case. Oh! McLaughlin way out of the racing line. Might be out of fuel. He is. Can he get it around? And it looks like even Sato might be out. Yep, indeed he is. Bad call by both these teams. Try to get it cleared up after we get done with the sequence of this restart, but Michael Andretti's up to 12th somehow? No, he's out. Okay, he did have a penalty also. Oh. Just want to check something here. It is scoring Pato O'Ward as the leader somehow. I have no idea how. Here's Will Power without a front wing. Robbie Gordon missing a front wing. Colton Herta. There goes Pato O'Ward, who's now somehow the leader. Will Power struggling right now. Just hoping to get a caution. But now going a certified lap down. There's Danny Sullivan through 3 and 4. Closing up on Elio Castroneves and Scott McLaughlin, who just pit. See what kind of laps he can put in. You know the Penske cars are quick. Elio dealing with some sort of damage on his machine. Going to be on the inside of the track here through 1 and 2. We do understand there are more reports of debris, which will likely bring another caution out here in a moment. It was pretty excessive on that restart, and we do need to get this all reorganized. Cars are just all over the place in this running order. Sullivan just with his quickest lap of the race, 29.908. And goes quicker again at 29.896. Really flying out there.
Weather has changed. Track temp down 12 degrees.
Yeah, a bit of cloud cover over part of the track causing it to cool down on average to now 99 degrees. That debris is becoming a problem though, and understand that race control is just about to throw the caution flag.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
And caution's back out here at Motegi on lap 70. This time for debris, Alex Palou, Alexander Rossi with damage.
30 seconds in front.
Still getting repairs. A few of these cars will be getting EOL penalties, not for anything they did, but they got somehow teleported through the whole field and unfortunately will need to be sent back through the field where they were. Now, does anybody come in for pit stops here with about just at 90 laps to go? Yeah, we're seeing most everyone actually.
3 seconds until pace car.
Sticking with
15
Sullivan.
seconds before the pace car.
Wazir did not pit, neither did Wickens. This somewhat being not a self-inflicted penalty, but may turn out well for Pato O'Ward and guys that, I don't know, quite a few cars did actually pit. Apologize. So now let's get back to the front of the field. This is Buddy Lazier. Let's find our first car a lap down. Castro Neves.
Three seconds up till the pace car. Pace car 15 seconds ahead.
All right. And then McLaughlin now down 3 laps with Sato. Castroneves will make it 33 cars on the lead lap, as we will go back green flag racing on lap 75. Lazier back in front. Wickens, Newgarden, Fittipaldi, Kenny Brack. That's your top 5.
There's 15 seconds until the pace car.
Just about halfway through this race. Hopefully can avoid the same sort of checkups we had last time on the start. Newgarden up into the top 3. Not what those top 2 want to see. A lot of experience right behind him. One of the best drivers in series history. IndyCar Legend Racing Series history. Definitely poised for a win here in Japan. I don't know that he has had a win this season. In fact, he has not. Only been driver of the day at the Indy 500.
Focus now.
But here we are, about to go green. Pace car pulls
Pace
in.
car entered the pit.
Green, 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 green.
Stewart has a black flag.
A lot of penalties.
Power has a black flag.
Cautions
Herta
out.
has black flag. Car 66 Michael Andretti has a black flag.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Number 1 Mario Andretti has a black flag. Power needs repairs. McLaughlin needs to pit for repairs.
A lot of damage.
Pace car rolling out. 31 seconds up to pace car.
All through the field, just a lot of damage to these cars. I have a lot of housekeeping to do here once we get these cars back in order. Now what happens here? Looks like everyone's staying out.
We have 3 seconds up to the pace car.
You don't want to be at the back of the field. So brave move by a few of these guys to come in.
We got 16 seconds up to pace car.
So Mario will actually get the wave around. Oh, almost contact. All right. Let Mario get back around, and then we'll go green flag racing.
Weather has changed due. Track temperature risen to 107 degrees in the last 10 minutes. There's 3 seconds up to the pace car. 15 seconds up to pace car.
Just go back green. He's not going to take the waiver out. I can't force him to. And maybe that will prevent the wreck at the back. Fingers crossed. Go green here was just about the halfway point on lap 79. The 82 laps to go.
Get ready to go. Pace car in pit lane. Green flag, green flag.
Field gets
Tracy
away.
got a black flag.
Got a few
Bourdais
penalties
is
back
black
here.
flag.
Looks like everybody's through cleanly at least. Tracy and Bourdais. See if we can avoid getting them a penalty. Herta in 27th, second in points. Let's find Greg Moore, 25th in points. Or first in points, 25th in this race. Back up front to Lazier. He's having the race of his career. We get another caution. Bourdais and Tracy will get their laps back. Here's Newgarden. His focus solely on Wickens. Hunter Ray to the outside of Kenny Brack. That'd be for a top 5. It's a big move for Hunter Ray. He was quick in practice. Top 3, Greg Ray and Bobby Rahal. All the Rays in Japan, no less. The House of the Rising Sun. To the inside, he owns this car. Sebastian Bourdais. Bourdais is 3 laps down at the moment. He's had damage. There's the Lion Dyke, and here comes Greg Ray now up into 10th. So the Rays are performing as they did in practice, all in the top 10. Past halfway here. Back up front with Lazier. See Will Power out of the pits. Now playing as a buffer between Newgarden and these 2 Penske cars going side by side. So 3 Penske cars behind second place Robert Wickens. Newgarden and Emerson Fittipaldi trying to figure it out. Newgarden retains third, but Fittipaldi appears to be quicker. Track down Gilles de Ferrin. What happened to him? Great battle though here through the top 5. Seen de Ferrin back in 15. No, he has a fast car, but not much time to get through the rest of this field. Not easy to pass. There goes a huge run. Fittipaldi might get alongside into 1. And Newgarden says, not today. Might not have a choice though going into 3. He's going to make that decision for him. Fittipaldi sends it in. Newgarden cuts it off. Tense battle here for third. Will Power many laps down just in front of these guys. Giving up a bit of ground now to second place Robert Wickens. Fittipaldi continues to get good runs on the 2 car. Might be only a matter of time before he sets it up and times it right. Gonna go to the outside. Nope. Power's gonna give some room, it seems. Maybe. Very close there between teammates. Now Emerson's up alongside down the backstretch. And Will Power closes the door on Fittipaldi. So definitely give Newgarden a break. Momentary break for 1 lap. See, Emerson gets around pretty easy and might be able to track down Newgarden even easier now that there's no dirty air in front. 31 cars continue to remain on the lead lap. Paul Tracy, Mario Andretti 1 lap down, Robbie Gordon 2 laps down, and Bourdais and Sato 3 laps down. Will Power, we just saw, 8 laps down, along with Alexander Rossi, then McLaughlin and Pelot 16 and 17 laps down. A lot of damage for those 2. Lazier pulling out nearly a 3-second lead now on Robert Wickens. He's having an incredible day in this 91 car. There's Wickens. And there's Newgarden. A little further back, almost side by side here into 3. Leyendijk. Northern European battle here. Dutch and Swedish drivers going at it now with Rahal closing in on the back of Leyendijk as Leyendijk had to check up, it seemed. I'd tell you, Hinchcliffe back here 9th. It's been here all day long in the top 10, so huge shout out to this team. Robert Wickens obviously up in the top 5 all day. Chance to win this thing. This driver's doing really well at Motegi. Vassar and Greg Ray just behind. Danny Sullivan in the picture. He's got fresh tires with Nigel Mansell. These guys the first with fresh tires, so almost slipped my mind that we have that happen. And with an extended green flag run, we might see our first green flag stops. Sullivan and Mansell leading the charge on this strategy. Also working on this would be Gilles DeFerrin and Dan Weldon. Sam Hornish Jr. on old tires. They're fastest lap of the race right now. So looking for a way by Sam Hornish Jr. for 14th. Looks like he might get a good run here off of 3 on Hornish. It's very difficult to pass. Even Nigel Mansell and Sullivan seem to be having trouble getting by Greg Ray to try to crack that top 10 again. Going for a huge run off the high side, try to get him down into 3. Greg Ray, though, very aggressive, going to block that spot off. Very difficult to pass back there, but this guy's racing hard. There's Newgarden. Back up in 3rd. And you got Wickens. Buddy Lazier out front by 4.5 seconds. Lap 100, just about in the books. 60 laps to go here at Motegi. Let's see how far these drivers can go on a full tank. Or is it tires that cause them to blink first? A lot of these guys are setting up to maybe make it the rest of the way. And not have to pit again. There's Nigel Mansell, another good run off of 3. Does he have enough? Just not quite. Gonna try a bit of the high line off of 3 into 4. Looks like he's gonna get there down the front stretch. Nice move by the 55. Clear of Greg Ray. Moving Mansell up to 11. See now makes a bit of a gap between himself and Danny Sullivan. There's the battle for 4th. Or 3rd, sorry. Newgarden in 3rd. Fittipaldi in 4th. Fittipaldi looking pretty quick here. Looks like he's gonna get alongside into 3. Can't hold him off this time. The 2 car gonna have to go high. From Fittipaldi the line. And he's through off of 4. Move Fittipaldi up to 3rd, and I believe Buddy Lazier's on pit lane for the final time. 55 to go, 55 laps on that set of tires. He split it right down the middle. Smart move. Now what do the remaining drivers on track do? Wickens, Fittipaldi. You know, Wickens is 2.5 seconds right now. And Fittipaldi pulling away almost immediately on Newgarden by 1/2 second that lap. There's Buddy Lazier, fresh out of pit lane. So you see it's just over a 1 lap cut. Wickens coming down. Here comes Fittipaldi. He's gonna inherit the lead some laps here at Motegi. Newgarden sits second now, another 1/2 second behind, a full second in total. Hunter Ray closing that gap. Yeah, Hunter Ray looking at maybe getting up to second before these pit stops take place. And I think I hear, yeah, everybody coming down pit lane. Anybody not? There's Mansell. He's got the gap on Sullivan. This will be the lead now. Robert Wickens out just in front. Still on the lead lap. You got Danny Sullivan. Unser Jr. Will Power. And Scott Dixon. Unser Jr. needed the pit. AJ Foyt coming through. Where did he come from? Now looking for a 3 wide into 3. Foyt has to check up for Hunter Ray. Not good timing there. And if you're Foyt, you might have thought about just pitting because of how bad that was. And now DeFerrin scooting away by about over a second now. Got Danny Sullivan. Here's Nigel Mansell. Then you got the gap with Fittipaldi and Robert Wickens and Buddy Lazier. It's costing Emerson a lot of time being behind Sullivan and tires. Under 50 laps to go. How does it all play out? Mansell looking to break the top 5 in the point standings. A win here today, he'll be damn close. Especially with how much bad luck many of the top 10 have had. There's DeFerrin. He's got a good gap now on Dixon over AJ Foyt. Getting in some clean laps. Still the quickest lap of the race belongs to Gilles DeFerrin. 29.815. There's Danny Sullivan. 4/10 slower that time by than Nigel Mansell. He's got his rear view mirror full of Emerson Fittipaldi, making it a little more difficult to focus on the task ahead. But Nigel looks like he lost a bit of time to Wickens that lap. Yeah, 4/10. Nigel having to lift on corner exit there off of turn 4 is really hurting him. And it's bringing both Fittipaldi and Sullivan closer. And I think now that Fittipaldi's by, they'll get there even sooner. Because Fittipaldi can just kind of drag Sullivan along, who's on older tires. Let's see what we got this time by. Mansell a 6, Sullivan a 9, so lost a bit of time. And Sullivan, he's in trouble now, actually. Really loose through 1 and 2. Down into turn 1. Nigel Mansell looking at almost 40 laps to go and staring down what I believe will be his first career win. He's been driver of the day and fastest lap on a few occasions. Putting it all together here in Japan. Continuing to maintain his gap as well. Still 1 stop to go for this Newman Haas Racing 55. See when he decides to take it. Emerson Fittipaldi closing a little bit on Nigel lap by lap. It's the first car a lap down. And Sullivan continues to lose ground and is, in fact, falling into the grasp of Ryan Hunter-Reay. Here's Nigel still out front. And understand that there's debris on the track from Scott McLaughlin's car after he had repairs, bringing, or have to have the caution come out here lap 123. Wait till the field resets itself.
Yellow flag is out.
Caution is out here, lap 123. Less than 40 laps to go. Emerson Fittipaldi will be at the wave around.
Pace car on track. Pace car is 30 seconds out.
And this will give all these drivers a free stop and a wave around for all those other cars that already pit. Fittipaldi, he can make it to the end. So our third caution of the day. Incidents on restarts have been the culprit. We will likely see all of the leaders come by.
Pace car 2 seconds.
Even the cars that pit
14 seconds
came
before
back
pace car.
in. Many of them. So here's the race off pit road. Gilles de Ferran's going to be the first one out. Beating Nigel Mansell and Danny Sullivan. Dixon fourth and Leindyke fifth. There's your points leader, Greg Moore and Colton Herta back here. Wow. All right, real quick. This would make Ari Leindyke the wave around candidate. Indeed. Oh, Bobby Rahall's a lap down too.
We have 3 seconds up to pace car. "15 seconds till pace car.
We're doing one more lap.
Gilles de Ferran up front right now. Leading the field here at Motegi in front of Nigel Mansell, Danny Sullivan, Scott Dixon, and oh, actually we're gonna have to wait Bobby around too. Anyone in the top 10 gets the automatic wave around. Colton Herta and Greg Moore are now 8th and 9th somehow. That's remarkable.
3 seconds up to pace car. There's 15 seconds till the pace car.
All right, going green this time by. And this is it. Just over 30 laps to go. Comes down to this. Everybody on the same strategy. Good to go to the finish.
Get ready to race.
Coming through 3 and 4. See if we can get a clean restart.
Pace car back in.
Green, green, green.
New Garden got a black flag. Borden is black flag. Sato has a black flag. Rahal has a black flag.
So a few cars definitely got into it back there.
Garden is black flag. Sato has a black flag. Borden got a black flag. Bourdais got a black flag.
Here we are, just over now 31 laps to go. Gilles de Ferran leading, Nigel Mansell and Danny Sullivan. As they navigate Robbie Gordon. Danny Sullivan now looking for second. So yeah, a few cars got black flag on that restart. Really hurt their run. Here's Gilles de Ferran though. Remains out front. Nigel Mansell needs to get by Robbie Gordon. McNears, he's coming. In the top 5 for the first time in a while. Yeah, Dixon and Foyt side by side into one. Here's your points leaders, first and second. Making the best out of what was pretty much a bad day for these drivers. They're both going to get top 10 somehow. They were mired back 20th or worse almost this entire race. They flipped the strategy and made it work. Still side by side here for fourth. Newgarden's a lap down, sorry. The gap now 1.5 seconds back to second place. Nigel Mansell. We got Foyt. He got by Mears for fourth, and now looking on the inside of Newgarden to clear lap traffic, get back to these leaders. really closing in quickly on the end of this race. Almost 20 laps to go. Will Power with a bit of damage, remains on track though, trying to get the most points he can. Fair and likely to make this pass into turn 1. And does. We got Nigel Mansell still looking for a way by Robbie Gordon. Gordon is going to get a warning here.
Gordon has a black flag.
Multiple laps down, Robbie Gordon going to get a black flag here for not heeding to the leaders. See Mansell going to the high side now. Looks like he's going to try to get by. Clear off of 4. 20 laps to go. Can Mansell close the gap? 1.5 seconds. There you see it. A few hundred feet between first and second. Both looking for their first career wins. Gilles DeFerrin really already out of the championship picture. I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but he is down in 37th in points. Rough year. I'm sorry, 35th in points. And Mansell just did his fastest lap of the race, the fastest lap overall. And goes 8.91, a tenth quicker again than DeFerrin. He's flying. And there you have Danny Sullivan working to get by Robbie Gordon now, and has Will Power right there. Looks like Sullivan will get clear. But he's well off this battle now.
Gordon is disqualified from this session.
Yeah, I'm not sure why Robbie Gordon did not take the penalty. So Nigel Mansell, 2/10 slower that time by. Has time though. Gray, bit off pace. Just ahead of the leader. Quicker again. Quickest of the top 3. $15 to go. We mentioned how quick DeFerrin was earlier in the race. His way to get through the field, he was easily the driver of the day near the 1/3 point of this thing. And Boy, he did not let us down. He has been on it here. Going to the inside of Greg Ray into 3. Ray just calmly gives up the position. Nigel Mansell now a second and a half back. And then another 2 seconds back to Danny Sullivan. Gap's pretty large throughout the front end of this field. So I'm going to go look at the rest of the field as they make their way into turn 1. Mansell a bit quicker that time by. Oh, actually, no, I'm sorry. I was looking at Greg Ray. So, DeFerrin actually now making a bit of a gap, almost 2 seconds back to Mansell as he will have 11 laps to go. Looking good for the 0-2. It's got 5 seconds in front to the next car lap down, which I believe he might catch by the time it's said and done. He's going a few tenths a lap quicker. While Nigel Mansell continues to be a couple tenths slower than our leader DeFerrin. And barring anything insane, DeFerrin is headed to his first career win. We are under 10 laps to go, 9 to go at the line. Robbie Gordon will be scored as the last car 3 laps down, rather than disqualified. .30.2 that time by, nearly a second quicker than the car in front of him. Just flying right now, this Penske 02. Battles have pretty much calmed down all through the field. 2 second gaps here and there. Here's Mansell closing up on Greg Ray. See Rick Mears. Oh, Greg Moore has actually moved up a few more. It's not what anybody wants to see. Going to somehow come out potentially with a top 5. This isn't over. Crowd on hand had a great race today. Really wasn't clear how it was going to turn out until 30-40 laps to go, and we had that last caution. And everyone was on the same strategy. Rick Mears trying to get by here. Moving to the top 4. He's going to get there. Gets by AJ Foyt. Nice move. Now, it's about Greg Moore. I can't believe I'm talking about Greg Moore getting a top 5 here. This was An unbelievably bad race for the 99. And he's going to go to the inside in turn 1. Greg Moore alongside. Not going to clear, though. Have to get back in line. Get one more shot at him as they are 3 to go at the line. Huge run off of 4. Oh my. Voigt's struggling. Can't keep his car underneath him here. Is for 5th. Side by side off of 2. Can Greg Moore get it done down the back stretch? No. 3 seconds to lead up front. We'll stick with this for right now. And another huge run. Even it's bigger each lap, it seems. I think he's got it this time. He's got a nose ahead into 1. Greg Moore made it into the top 5. I'm almost at a loss for words right now. But here's your leader. Come by for the white flag. It's got Bobby Rahal and Bourdais just ahead. Both those drivers. Rough go. DeFerrin to the inside. Probably going to get Bourdais before the end of this lap. Unless he lets Bourdais continue. But Gilles DeFerrin, final 2 corners. Checker flag out. Winner at Motegi, Gilles DeFerrin in the IndyCar Legends Racing Series. Huge win. Second place, Nigel Mansell. Third goes to Danny Sullivan. Fourth place, Rick Mears. Fifth place, Greg Moore. Unbelievable. Quite a few drivers finishing 20th on back that were in the hunt for a win at the beginning of this day. 26 cars on the lead lap. .32 really had a shot at it. Heck of a race for this team. As we mentioned earlier, not in any contention for the championship, more than likely. Sounds like he's out of fuel. So started 9th, finishing 1st. Great job by DeFerrin. Rick Mears, 33rd to 4th. AJ Foyt, 35th to 5th. Zanardi, 40th to 9th. Yeah, I think... Oh, AJ Foyt kept 5th. He got back by. So I think what's actually going to go to AJ Foyt because it's a top 5. He gets to keep that. But winner by 3 seconds in an hour-and-a-half race, Gilles DeFerrin. Almost had enough. Right at the line. How poetic. Take a look at some of those drivers that maybe had a rough go. And Buddy Lazier and Robert Wickens, they were poised for a good finish. 5th for Lyondike, finishing 23rd. Kenny Brack finished 24th after starting 8th. At Newgarden and Hinchcliffe both finishing a lap down, 27th to 28th. Looks like they ran out of fuel on the last lap. Have Rossi finishing 8 laps down. Let's get a few screenshots of our running order, and we'll go through some of the incidents, if there were any. You know, I don't know if we even had any contact in this one, aside from the restarts, obviously. Yeah. Pretty terrible. Another restart here. Might actually have some contact. Yeah, down into Hunter Ray. Wow. Yeah, that's it here today. And your winner, Gilles de Fern. Heck of a run for Team Penske, getting the first win for that driver. Get the points all tallied up for you going into next race at Suzuka. I'll be on the short Indy course. It is a fun time there. Paul Tracy was the winner last year. Greg Moore should hold on to a pretty comfortable lead. 6th in today's race. Colton Herta finishing 10th. Rossi was a DNF for many laps down. Paul Tracy, I don't think had that good of a run. Unser Jr. finished 15th. Bourdais was many laps down, so another big day for Greg Moore and Colton Herta. Nigel Mansell might move up a bit. But hope you all enjoyed today's race here. Indycar Legends Racing Series from Motegi. We mentioned be back next Saturday for Suzuka. Until then, hope you all have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you next time.